Let me begin by, it is very important history. It's important to defend ourselves, and Pesach might have gathered the truth. You know, Prime Minister Hun Sen yesterday had a long discussion about peace and justice. Okay? And basically what the truth, why Khmer killed Khmer, and we're very important. So allow me to get a quote from Director Chandu. The society cannot know itself if it does not have an accurate memory of its own history. Okay, and we have many Cambodian participants down here, so make it clear the history out there, you know, and you must learn it. You must really understand. And if you don't, either you come to visit me or there's many historians here. Make it clear history. If they are, okay. And this is part of history. And in the beginning, and it starts 17 April 1975 to 7 January 1995. 3 years, 8 months, 20 days. You know, my colleague yesterday, Dr. Sofitel and Dr. Pou explained eloquently about very descriptive, and also Dr. Pou talked about very normative, descriptive, you know, in academic use of this kind of word all the time. So bear with me, I try to be as rational as I can. Okay? So look at this picture. The use, what a waste. You know, it's a picture children army. This is 1995. Now they're all over in Cambodia now. You know, trying to look at life. So they're going to teach our children about no crime. It's very important to remember this history. April 17 and end at the beginning, you know. So what happened here? What is the cost? You know, what's the real cost? Dr. Judy Letterman, Northern Illinois University did a study. Almost 8% of the intellectual, the people that know how to think, to use critical thinking to solve problems, lost that generation. So we are here now, after all this big gap, and how we deal with it. Okay, that's a real cost. Elimination almost a generation educated. Okay? So I don't need to tell you this. You like it or not, the real victim is the Khmer people. You know. We through so many suffering, you know. I think, let me reflect on Mahatma Samanda. The suffering of the people has been deep. The Gandhi of Cambodia. You know, if you look at the history, perhaps no other country on earth has suffered as much from any form of human insecurity as Cambodia has. The list of 1970 is staggering. Massive bombardment, civil war, interstate war, the killing field. It mass atrocity committed by the Khmer Rouge. 1975 to January 79 claimed 2 million and displaced literally entire population. Okay? So given this responsibility, it is clear that the state failed to ensure the security and safety of its citizens. Protection against mass atrocity is an urgent priority and concern all international community. So, but the concept of human security involves with sovereignty, but also humanitarian intervention. We have some participants from Vietnam. You know, if you're looking at intervention during that time, it's great. But you know, you cannot have the right to go into the country because that's the way you want to intervene. So scholars will have to do that. You know, and the UN, that's why Prime Minister Hun Sen was asking the UN, you know, because they uses the principle of sovereignty. You cannot just come because somebody asks you to come and walk into Cambodia and say, hey, I want to help you, I want to be David, you know, angel. You know, we have that norm. We call it rule of law. We have international law. So that's how the scholar will explain that. So with this in mind, let me explain to you what we can do. Okay? So this is a picture from the thing. This is my personal picture. I've been suffering too. Okay? This is my family, my mother and 4 brothers died during the regime. Okay? So that's the picture. So this is a question we all ask, liberation of the patient by the Vietnamese. That's the last layer of truth when they pull out. So what happened here? What happened? Who were responsible? War crime, ethnic cleansing, riot, okay, the scars. International need, of course. No one cared. But we Cambodian, you know, we want to stop this. And we don't want it to happen. So Cambodia will play a big role on it, okay? So about 2 million human resource, local. You can see poverty now right here. Consequence of that. Still happening, you know. All right, so what are you going to do? So what is the role? The role of academia is to assist the state in building institutions. When you have a weak institution, you have problem. So we assist the will. We focus on institution power instead of concentration of power, individual power. So that's a big role. Strong civil society, such as our colleague down here, can serve as a contributor to improve resilience, create coping and mitigation mechanism from multiple threat and support the state. In sum, when it comes to moving towards the agenda of R2P academic matter, although there's working for in R2P often prioritize bureaucrats, politicians within state and diplomat, I want to emphasize the essential role that academics can play. Not only are they responsible for educating the people of the world, but about the need to prevent mass atrocity. So they are key actors in building trust and cooperation between civil society and the state. It is essential for Cambodian academics to join together in active networking, a proactive project to research and promote R2P, to increase dialogue on key obstacles and challenges, to furthering the norm and to catalyze others. I'd like to conclude the key to advancing R2P in Cambodia is to educate the youth, develop local champions, and build awareness among scholars, government officials, and community. If these steps described above, Cambodia could lead the region to greater recognition of R2P. With this in mind, I thank you very much.